Hello guys, how are you doing? You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you for all those that have subscribed to my channel, and for all those that have not subscribed, thank you too, because I know that you're going to subscribe. So today we'll be talking on effective teaching strategy, and I want to let us know that no child is dull. No child is dull. So let's just go straight, let's dive in, let's go there. So guys, I have been opportune to teach. Yes, even when I was done with my secondary school, I taught in one school like that for some time, and ever since then I have told myself that no child is dull. It depends on the teaching strategy of the teacher to that child. And I also want to let us know that we also have different types of learners. Yes, I studied education biology in school, and while we are doing education courses, we are told that we have different types of learners. We have number one, the fast learners. We have number two, the average learners, and we have number three, the slow learners. So these three type of learners, they don't learn in the same way. They don't grab things in the same method, the same way. Do you get? I can be teaching somebody something now, and before I know it, the person has already gotten what I was saying. Do you get? Why for the that is for the fast learner. Then for the average learners, I will just have to explain and explain before they can get it. Then for the slow learners, I will have to take my time for them to understand what I am trying to say. Now, mind you, a person that is a slow learner can move from being a slow learner to a fast learner. That is to say, there is room for improvement. So don't just say this child is a slow learner, the child will remain like this. No, there are some effort that you need to put into that child. The child will come up. I'm telling you, the child will come up. I've used different methods for my students, and I've come to understand that yes, they need time for a child that is a slow learner to come up. That child, you have to be patient with that child, because some teachers have already write their children off and say, their students, say this student is not brilliant at all. Abeg, I don't even want to spend my energy in teaching this child like that again. I've been trying to explain, this child is not getting it. Like, I understand, I know how it can be very annoying when you are trying to teach a child something and the child is not getting it. But for you to be a teacher, when I say a teacher, a true teacher, a bona fide teacher, you have to be patient. Patience is a virtue. You need it for you to be able to teach your students, for them to grab what you are trying to say. So guys, when there is any child around you that you think he or she is dull, try new method for that child. Do you get? You can go as far as getting home lesson teacher for that child. Do you get? Now, me as a teacher, let me give you examples that I use in making sure that my students, they all know what I'm trying to say. Because personally, for me, I don't like it when I am teaching a class and some students are carried along, some students are not carried along. I don't like it. I do all the best that I can to make sure that all my students are carried along. So one of the effective teaching strategy that I normally use for my students in school is I use acronyms to make sure they don't forget what I taught them. Now, take for example, I was teaching GSS1 living characteristics of living things. If you can remember very well, you remember that when you were in secondary school, you were told movements, respiration, nutrition. Do you get? So Mr. Najadi, I was teaching them, after teaching them living things are those things that have life in them. So it was one time for the characteristics of living things, and I noticed that when I just wrote it on the board, movement, respiration, nutrition, irritability, growth, excretion, reproduction, and death, I noticed that they were kind of getting confused somehow. I said, okay, let's use acronyms to get this. I wrote out Mr. Najadi. I told them to write it inside their notes, that when they write it, the first letter, they should make sure they know the first letter. Mr. M-R, Niger, Niger, and G-E-R, and D. So Mr. Najadi. So the first letter from each of these acronym is what you will use to match the characteristics of living things. They told me okay. So they started by saying M for movement, R for respiration, N for nutrition, I for irritability, G for growth, E for excretion, and R for reproduction, then D for death. See, I don't even know how to say this right now. My student got it. Like, I was so proud of myself. I was so happy. I was so proud of them. Like, they got it. They, even when I gave them as exam, as test, they got it. I was like, wow. Do you get? So it's just for you to know the strategy that you can use for your students so that they will all be carried along. Yes, I know it's some students, they like, you need time. You need, when I say time, yes, but I just want to let you know that there is no child that is dull. If as a parent you are watching this video right now, if if the best thing for you to do is for you to get home lesson teacher that will help you in teaching that child after school. So do not lose hope on any child. Do not say this child is done and nothing can be done about it. No, I'm telling you now that something can be done about it. It's just for you to know the category that your child falls into and know how to go about it. If you watch my last video, my recent video when I made about my POP passing out parade in NYC, I asked some coppers some questions concerning if a child fails in school should be responsible for the failure. And if you watch that video to the end, you will notice that the coppers, they made us to understand that the teacher and the parents, they have a role to play when a child fails in school. So yes, that's the truth. The teacher and the parents, they have a role to play. But the truth of the matter is that you cannot force a child to learn. A child that is willing to learn will learn. And number two, you can only encourage a child to learn. And what am I trying to say? Don't just lose hope on that child and say this child does not know anything. Final full stop. No. You can still go extra mile to help that child. I have seen parents that will give their children home lesson teacher so that their child will come up. Do you get? So when you see that the child is paying too much, hey, go inside, go and get your book and read. Like that, you also help that child. Remember that I always say this, that your parents have paid your school fees, so it's not left for you to pay attention. Your parents cannot pay your school fees and pay attention for you. No, while you are in school, pay attention. Your parents have done their part by paying your school fees. So listen to your teacher. When you get home, read your books and help yourself too. Yes, even as the teacher is trying to help you by teaching you, your parents are helping you by paying your school fees and giving you home lesson. You also need to help yourself as a student, as a pupil. Do you get? So that is it. I always have this mindset that no child is dull. No child is dull. No child is dull. So please do not give up on any child. Do not lose hope on any child. All you need to do is just to encourage that child. Give that child a good teacher. That is all. That is all. And always pray for your children, so that they will be able to come up, they will be able to catch up like that. So that is all for this video. I've always been saying I will make a video on that, and I'm glad I have been able to make a video on that. So thank you for watching my video to the very end. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button there and give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment for me. Thank you so much for always watching my video. I really appreciate you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.